Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to get us started today. I keep wanting it to be Thursday. I don't know why I'm in a rush for it to be Thursday, but I'm having to recalibrate repeatedly. Nope, Wednesday. It's Wednesday. But here we are. Here we are. So let us, as always, start with the breath. I'm stuffed up today. So good morning, Peggy. Glad you're here. You're the first one popping on today. And so my breathing will be a little occluded. I think it's just allergy stuff. So, all right, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Carolyn. Good morning, Cindy. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Glad you're all joining me for this fine Wednesday. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe if I keep saying Wednesday out loud, it'll sink in. Wednesday, Bonnie, not Thursday. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Yeah, wiggling a little bit. My neck is stiff. I don't know. I'm not sure what I did. So, we have a chapter today from Tosha Silver, Outrageous Openness, Letting the Divine Take the Lead. And my thumb, as I was running across the pages, good morning, Ruth Ann, glad you're here, to just feel into, okay, what's the right place to be, really kept going way to the end of the book, way to the end of the book. So I think we've got the second to last chapter, and then in the last chapter, she actually has a little, it's laid out like a poem, but it's actually more like prose, but it's relevant not only to the chapter that we will be reading today, and don't fret about it being a chapter because it's like bathroom reading, a page and a half, and that's a chapter. But it kind of supports where we're all at. Good morning, glad you're here, Lisa, welcome. So, again, for those of you who have the book, good morning, Abigail. Glad you're here. My little counter isn't going up. It still says there's only 4 of you, and I know I've said hi to at least 6 of you, so it has to catch up. There we go. It popped up to 5. Outrageous Openness, Letting the Divine Take the Lead by Tosha Silver. So for those of you who have the book and like to follow along, we are on page 200. It's called The Wayward Yogini. The Wayward Yogini. And as always, she makes her point through using stories, almost parables like Jesus. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. So in the story, just listen for what are the messages here and what's meant to resonate for you. Just kind of let's breathe ourselves open. Heart and soul ready to receive whatever part of this message is meant for you today. Take it to heart. Take it to heart. There's a reason we say that. Good morning, Bobby. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. There's a reason we say that. We're taking it to heart. All right? So let's just do a little tapping right here. Just kind of waking it up. Hello, heart. Wake up, wake up. Time to be open to receive. One more breath. Let it go. All right, The Wayward Yogini. The quote is from Catherine Ponder, which, if you're not familiar with Catherine Ponder's work, good morning, Janine, glad you're here. Well worth looking her up because she was one of the original people who was very into the concept of I don't have to pursue. I can allow myself to receive. Her words, I have unshakable faith in the perfect outcome of every situation in my life, for I am allowing God to be in absolute control and guide me in all proper actions. Good morning, Mel. Glad you're here. Thanks for all the pretty stuff. Love that rainbow. So, for those of you who, as I do, follow Randy Rainbow, if you want to look, I think there was one that he had a new show tune revamped for our current times that I think popped last week. So good morning, Sue. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. I think you're gonna like this reading. It kind of fits with some of the stuff we were having for our cards yesterday. Good morning, Angie. Glad you're here. So Catherine Ponder's quote, I have unshakable faith in the perfect outcome of every situation in my life, for I am allowing God to be in absolute control and guide me in all proper actions. And again, if the word God gets you all wrapped up in old white guys with long beards sitting on clouds in judgment, call it whatever you want. Call it nature. Call it guidance. Call it source with a capital S. Spirit. I like spirit. That one works for me. It's a disembodied thing. It's not the old white guy sitting on the cloud in my world. If it is in your world, rock on. Whatever works. So here's the story about the wayward yogini. Last Thanksgiving, I heard from Maura, a local yoga teacher who was terrified because her classes were shrinking. She wanted to know why. As we talked, it got apparent. And how often is that the case, where it's right in front of our face, it's obvious, but we can't see it. And it's helpful to have someone else point it out, kind of help us move it back so we can actually get a view of it. She constantly calculated the number of students she would need to pay her bills. Not a great start, right? She saw herself in anxious competition with any other teacher, and she envisioned a diminishing pool of potential private sessions as money got tighter in the current economy. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. I love that quote. It's a good one. With rising fear, she tried to constantly corral and manipulate new folks to pay her bills. Notice, it wasn't, I'm bringing people in to share the gifts that I have to give to enhance their lives and make them better. It's, how many heads do I need? How many butts do I need in seats to pay my bills? Not a good approach. Yet, when folks felt her grasping, they understandably fled. In short, she had one major problem. She had turned each potential student into her source, capital S. But there's a whole other way. What if you saw yourself as lucky to have work that relieves suffering? I asked. What if your bottom line belonged to God, spirit, nature, however you look at it, and your only role was to serve with as much love as possible? You mean do my classes for free? She scoffed. What about my bills? No, you can charge, I continued. But if you shift your energy out of, I love this sentence, hear it loud and clear. If you shift your energy out of your lower survival chakras, right? Root, probably on up to just below solar plexus, I would think. Root and sacral mostly. If you shift your energy out of your lower survival chakras and move into your heart, a miracle will come. Cindy, if you wouldn't mind posting that, I love that. If you shift your energy out of your lower survival chakras and move into your heart, a miracle will come. If you see the divine as your source, the funds can arrive in whatever way it picks. You could apply this to any livelihood, but geez, you're teaching yoga. How the heck can you leave God out of the equation? And anyway, I went on, there's no such thing as competition. You attract people by your own nature. How often have we talked about being this tractor beam, this subconscious tractor beam that's constantly sending out the invitation, come to me, come to me, come to me. And it's to the people who are aligned with what you have to offer. That's who's meant to be showing up. If you're getting all manner of people that you're going, why the heck am I pulling in this kind of a person? Take a step away from it. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. Take a step away from it and look at what might be the lesson here. If I'm attracting a bunch of people who I don't really like or I don't resonate with or they poke my buttons or whatever it is, what might be the lesson here? What am I meant to be learning that then these teachers will be released? Once I figured it out, the teachers, it's the other half of when the student is ready, the teacher will come. When the student has learned it, the teacher can go, right? So, again, if you see the divine as your source, the funds can arrive from wherever it picks. It can apply to any livelihood. But geez, you're teaching yoga. How the heck can you leave God out of the equation? And anyway, I went on, There's no such thing as competition. You attract people by your own nature. The people who are drawn to your particular energy will always find you. We don't have to worry about missing it somehow, right? Sometimes we actively push it away, but we really can't miss it. It's going to present itself. Hi, it's time for me to show up in your life. We then decide if we're going to pay attention or not. You don't have to worry if there's a yoga studio on every block. Maura grimaced. Well, in Berkeley there actually is. Yeah, but no one else is you. So she prayed steadily for the next few weeks. These are words you can grab, you guys. If these words resonate for you, write them down, repeat them, make them a mantra. I'm now available to receive anyone who can benefit from my teaching. Let all who need me find me. Let me help relieve suffering. The divine is my complete source for all prosperity and will provide. As she released her grasp, her classes started filling once more. She also began offering some free ones to those in need. So when she loosened it up, the divine could actually show up and provide. Good morning, Linda. Welcome, welcome. And she remembered why on earth she had been drawn to teach yoga in the first place. Ding, 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 ding. So now I'm going to go to the next chapter, which is really at the end of the book. And there's a part in here where she's talking about what actually is happening when you get aligned. When you get aligned with the divine, when you're the open receptacle, you can receive. The crown is open, receiving it, and then you're giving it out. So she talks about what happens with that. Sometimes, after you align with the divine for a while, you begin to feel on a cellular level that things are unfolding exactly in the way that they should, at the rate and timing they need. You start to trust the process. You relax from the endless pushing that most of us learned at birth. On some fundamental, mysterious level, you just let go. Not with that bitterness people feel when they fear the ego's dreams won't occur. Not with passivity as right actions do get shown. Rather, you relax into this calm curiosity. Isn't that an interesting way to think about it? Again, I think about my friend Lynn Schuster. I wonder how that's going to turn out. A calm curiosity. Maybe an interest? Yeah. You relax into this calm curiosity about where the flow might go. You're detached yet somehow riveted by how the story will unfold. You feel spaciously receptive. Isn't that a lovely phrase? Spaciously receptive and open to what wishes to come. I'm open to receiving whatever comes my way. Divine right timing, divine right order. You give it all room to blossom. You trust the highest, one way or another, eventually will unfold. You know that with God as your source, you needn't cling to any one plan. So then you can get to the point where you go, well, that isn't working. All right, I wonder what'll come next. Pay attention to the cues. What am I seeing, feeling, hearing, knowing, believing, etc., etc.? When you tune in and you ask, guidance will come. And you're not clutching a list of desires, pushing the ego's agenda even more. This is about stepping out of our ego. It's not, oh, I have to keep up with the Joneses. It's not, oh, if I don't grab my chunk now, it'll all be gone. It's not any of that stuff. It's just being present, allowing the unfolding. What next? What next? Okay, I just took this step. What's next? When you're in cycles of quiet and waiting, you catch your breath, knowing that the wheel again will turn. So when it's a fallow period, that doesn't mean nothing's happening. It may mean the soil within is regenerating. It's taking that winter breather, if you want to call it that, so that it's ready for the next round of planting. You rest because as the right actions get revealed, a lot will arise to be done. You wait for the signs and the timing rather than rip open the cocoon. You trust that delays might be welcome. You trust that delays can be good. You trust that delays are all perfect. And you stay present just to witness your own birth. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? So my guess is in there somewhere, there's a line that you can pull to use for your mantra for today, all right? All kinds of things. But the feeling tone is that sense of kind of a quiet curiosity. I wonder where the flow will take me today. I avail myself of the flow. I am present for the flow. I step into the flow, right? So that is our chapter for today. Have an awesome Wednesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are, including attuning yourself to that guidance, aligning with the flow, just being in that flow. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.